Okay, buonasera, miei amici, my friends. So, I am Italian, so I talk with my hands. So, Chef Paradiso here. Today we're going to make cookie dough for our lemon bars. We're going to be making lemon bars, sugar-free lemon bars. And so we're going to make our cookie dough, and this is sugar-free. So we have maltitol here, and we'll talk about sugars when we're making the lemon bars. We'll do that. But what we're going to do is just basically mix our dough today. And once we have it mixed, we have our soft butter. Okay, we have our soft butter, and we have our sugar. No, our maltitol. It's like granulated sugar. We have that, and we're going to cream that lightly. Oh, it's very hot in here. The hood just popped on. So we're going to cream this lightly, and then we're going to add our vanilla and our eggs, and then mix in our cake flour. And that's all there is. And then we'll work it on the table a little bit if we need to. Bring it all together. And the hood just went off. Okay, and so then we'll mix this lightly, just till it's creamed, just like making a butter cookie. And so this is going to be a dough that we're going to roll out. We're going to wrap it, freeze it, and then I'll bring it out the next week. And what we'll do is we'll roll it out. We'll put it in a quarter sheet pan, is what we'll do. Not a half, but actually a quarter. We have some quarter sheet pans. You'll put the dough on the bottom of your sheet pan, put your filling, and bake them on. So you'll have a nice lemon bars to take home. So our mixture looks really nice. Of course, creaming method is where we have to make sure that there's enough air incorporated into the fat and the sugar, or the fat and the maltitol, so it'll absorb the eggs and the vanilla. And then we'll mix in. We don't want to overmix our flour, but this is a cake flour, so that means that it's low in gluten. So it's not going to be it's going to be a very flaky dough that we'll be having. Okay, this looks good. So I'm going to add our vanilla and our egg just a little at a time. Now this recipe makes, I think it makes 6 pounds of dough, which is a lot. So I reduced it to a quarter of the recipe. So you're going to have to use half of an egg. And so I just measured out 0.67 divided by 2. So it's like 0.85. And that's what I measured out for our dough today. And so we're going to have just a little bit more. Then we'll scrape down the sides. And we'll throw in our flour and mix it, combine it, and we'll be good to go. We'll wrap it. I have saran wrap over here, and it'll be good to go. Okay, that's all of our eggs. I'm going to scrape the sides just to make sure it's nice and there's no chunks anywhere of any butter. The butter is nice at room temperature. It's so very hot. So room temperature butter is nice and soft. So here, see, look how nice our, you see that? Look how nice our creaming went for this. So very nice. All right. So now I'm going to add our flour, and I'll do the flour by hand. It'll be a little easier. I can control it. I don't need to overmix it, but enough to absorb. So we have our mixture here. It's really nice. Our creaming, the butter, and our maltitol. Okay. So we're going to sift our flour into, let me get the sifter. So we're going to sift our flour. leave a little flour out, just in case I have to work it on the table, so it won't stick. So we sift our flour so there's no chunks, no dry flour bits or anything that we don't want to go in there. Okay. We're going to mix in our flour. And you can see all I'm doing is just folding in our flour. No big deal. Like I said, you could use the mixer, but it's just as easy to do it by hand, and then you can control it. You don't have to worry about getting it off the paddle and such. See, our dough, it's nice, it's coming together very nice. All that butter and the maltitol is absorbing the egg. There, look how nice. So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to move this out of the way for ourselves. Let me just slide that over there. I'm going to put a little bit of flour on the table here. Here. Nice dough. So we're going to have to refrigerate this dough. Now you could refrigerate it for an hour or two. We don't have that much time in class. So what we'll do actually is make sure that we'll freeze it, we'll wrap it, we'll freeze it. So we're going to work this to a nice smooth dough, absorbing that rest of that flour. Like I said, we don't want to overwork it. So there, that's good. All right, there, that's our dough. So we get some saran wrap here. All right, we're gonna wrap our dough. Make sure you put a label on it. Everybody knows how to use a label. We're gonna label it. We'll put it in a Ziploc bag, and we'll freeze them. Put your name on it, date it, what it's used for, and put 2 weeks in case we have to change something. And then I'll pull them out the day before to make sure they're ready to go in the refrigerator, so that you can work them. Will thaw out and in the refrigerator. And you might have to work your dough a little bit once you're ready to roll it out, but we'll do that. And then, like I said, this will be in for this is a fourth of the recipe, and we have that much dough. So it'll go on the bottom of a quarter sheet pan. Okay, so that's it. So then I will see you when we do our filling for our lemon bars. Let this refrigerate or freeze. And so, okay, I will see you soon. Arrivederci.